Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Look at all that water rushing into apartments in University City. Firefighters had to carry residents from their balconies. We have a live update on the cleanup this morning.
Neighbors in Encinitas waking up to find a popular cafe up in flames.
I went outside and saw like a really big orange glow.
And right now, firefighters are dealing with flare-ups popping up in the burned-down building.
Growing concern over the safety of the whistleblower as President Trump demands to meet the person who triggered an impeachment inquiry. 6 a.m. Happy Monday, you guys, on this last day of September. I'm Virginia Shaw.
And I'm Jim Patton. It is good to have you here. Let's get right over to Melissa in for Megan this morning. What we'll be looking for today.
Well, last day of September, hard to believe the month flew by. And we are seeing some changes here. Finally, the sunlight from our Mount Laguna Skycam. Good Monday morning to you. Our current conditions across the county, you might want to bundle up if you are heading out anytime soon because we're in the 40s right now in Poway, Ramona, Chula Vista, and Vista currently in the low 50s. It will be a nice day, although temperatures will be on the cooler side, lower 70s by this afternoon along the coast. In our inland valleys, we're going to be near the mid 70s by later on today. Kalina?
Outside right now so you can see how slow you're moving on the Coronado Bridge. So here's a look with our sky cam. You can see all of the red. That's all the brake lights here, and it's the entire stretch of the Coronado Bridge. So unfortunately, if you take this, you will be stuck. It's coming off the 5 freeway as you head all the way toward the island. So speeds down to 3 miles per hour. Again, that's leaving the 5. You will see surface street slowing as well. Another trouble spot for us this morning, the 805 heading northbound right around the 94 down to about 33 miles per hour. 5 north right around the 54 down to about 24 miles per hour. Other than that, everything else is looking pretty quiet. Here are your North County commute times. You can see 78 about a 15-minute commute. The 15 freeway southbound from the 78 to the 56. That'll take you 11 minutes to get through. Guys?
Kalina, thank you. Nearby residents forced out of their homes as a popular cafe goes up in flames in Encinitas.
And nearly 6 hours later, firefighters are still dealing with flames. 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is there live. Mimi, what can you tell us about the flare-ups you first showed us about 30 minutes ago?
Well, Virginia, Jim, firefighters were able to get those flames that flared back up out pretty quickly. You can see, though, part of the building is collapsed right now. That's because crews knocked down a portion of those walls to get to hard-to-reach hot spots because the building was too unsafe for firefighters to go inside even 5 hours later. So 3 businesses inside of the building were destroyed and the fire burned dangerously close to homes. Fortunately, though, no one was hurt.
I heard a really loud pop, and then I heard some yelling, and actually thought it was like maybe like gunshots or something like that. And I went outside and saw like a really big orange glow.
And Matt Pryor lives nearby and says when he got closer to that orange glow, he realized the popular Mosey Cafe was engulfed in flames. Firefighters quickly got to the scene around 12:15 this morning and then started battling the flames shooting from the roof of the cafe. But the firefight actually went on for several hours. The building was still burning around 3 o'clock this morning. 10 nearby apartment units were evacuated, but only 2 remain evacuated right now because of all the smoke that was still billowing from inside of the building. The flames jumped to a total of 3 businesses, all in the same building, now a total loss. Both directions right now of Coast Highway will stay closed from Leucadia to Athena until further notice. Right now, the cause of the fire is still under investigation, but fire officials tell us it does not seem suspicious. We're going to stay out here, try to gather some more details and bring you updates. For now, we're live in Encinitas. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
And look at the situation here. Just a tremendous amount of rushing water there. Broken fire hydrant causing a big mess in University City. Several apartment units flooded, up to 4 feet of water. That's how high the water line was, and residents had to be evacuated. 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie joins us live there. Mary, had a number of residents just literally trapped on their balconies.
And the fire department had to rescue almost 24 people. You can see from these apartments right here behind me. They were on the other side as the water just kept coming. These lower level apartments taking the brunt of the flooding. Our 10 News breaking news tracker, the first one here, about 1:30 this morning for that rude awakening. A man driving an SUV, losing control, taking out the hydrant here in front of the Canyon Park Apartments on Genesee Avenue, launching that geyser of water, which took firefighters about a half hour to get turned off. The lower 6 units flooded out. Some had water up to their ankles, others with water as high as 4 feet. People trying to escape it went out on their balconies where the water was rushing down into the canyon below. Firefighters had to use ladders to rescue them. In all, the Red Cross will be helping 22 adults. 6 dogs were also rescued and 1 cat. The good news is there are no injuries out here, but as I said, a very rude awakening for these people and now a huge mess to clean up.
I woke up and totally freaked out, just got all my valuables, got in my backpack right here, and I climbed through the back and made it out safe.
As for the driver of that SUV, he stayed at the scene. He was questioned by police, ultimately was released. Does not appear to have been drinking at all. No word on if he'll face any charges in all of this. We're live in University City. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Thank you, Mary. Breaking overnight, Islamic extremist rebels attacked a U.S. military base in Somalia. They targeted a military airstrip that is used to launch drone strikes. Somali officials say a suicide car bomber detonated a car packed with explosives at the gate of that airstrip. Gunfire could be heard on the base after the explosion. The extremist group Al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility for this attack, as well as another on European Union military targets. Still not clear if anyone was hurt.
We now know the name of the sailor who died aboard the USS Nimitz in Coronado over the weekend. According to the U.S. Navy logistics specialist, seaman Juan Garcia Herrera was the sailor that fell off an aircraft elevator and died Saturday. Garcia Herrera was a 21-year-old native of Chicago. Navy says the crew is mourning his loss and planning a memorial.
Local leaders are working on a plan to crack down on vaping. Today, County Supervisors Diane Jacob and Nathan Fletcher will announce proposals aimed at slowing the rising number of vaping-related illnesses. There have been at least 13 confirmed deaths across the country. The CDC says they've been investigating more than 800 probable cases, and more than 75% of those involve patients using vape products containing THC. But health officials have not connected, they say, the illnesses to any one particular compound or product.
Well, this week, top White House aides plan to help President Trump with a response strategy to the threat of impeachment. Advisors say they have modeled their response after lessons learned from Clinton's impeachment fight. Response efforts to the inquiry could start as soon as today. The whistleblower that started it all could testify on Capitol Hill. President Trump argues he deserves to meet his accuser, but the whistleblower's attorney says he's concerned for his client's safety, saying some people are offering a $50,000 bounty for his identity.
Meanwhile, after former New York Mayor and current President Trump personal attorney Rudy Giuliani was named more than 30 times in the whistleblower report, Giuliani suggested this weekend he would cooperate with the congressional inquiry only if the president says he can. But he says he's not happy about Congressman Adam Schiff.
I said I will consider it. I have to be guided by my client, frankly. I'm a lawyer. It's his privilege, not mine. If he decides that he wants me to testify, of course I'll testify, even though I think Adam Schiff is an illegitimate chairman. He has already prejudged the case. If we want fairness here, we got to put somebody in charge of that committee who has an open mind.
Democrats continue to move forward with this investigation, even as the House is out on recess for a few days. They are right now mapping out hearings, depositions, and subpoenas.
Sandag and transit companies kicking off Rideshare Week today, and they're joining Mayor Kevin Faulconer to announce deals to get more San Diegans to leave their cars at home and use mass transit to commute. Big highlight of the week is Free Ride Day on Wednesday. All buses, trolleys, the Coaster, and Sprinter, they're going to be free. And there will also be special promotions with Bird and Lyft to help people get to and from their final destinations. Today's announcement at 11:30 this morning at the Old Town Transit Center.
You may have already noticed gas prices in Southern California are going up. The average price for a gallon of regular in San Diego County went up by more than 40 cents over just the last 2 weeks, according to AAA. That means San Diegans are now paying, on average, just over $4 a gallon. That's the highest price since May. Experts say the spike is a result of lower supplies, mostly because of maintenance issues at several California refineries. We have an interactive map for you to help you find the cheapest gas near you. Just head to our website, 10news.com.
Local nonprofit Mama's Kitchen reaching a big milestone today. They plan to deliver their 9 millionth meal. Mama's Kitchen is dedicated to feeding people affected by cancer, heart failure, type 2 diabetes, and other critical illnesses. Today's meal will be delivered to someone who has been a client of Mama's Kitchen for 17 years. That delivery happening at 10 o'clock this morning.
Oh, great job by everybody over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really necessary.
Good cause.
So, should we wear layers today? What's the deal?
I say that would be a good suggestion, especially because it's a pretty cool start to your Monday morning. Temperatures over by Lindbergh Field dropped to below 60 for the first time since May. So yes, a chillier start this morning. Outside we go to La Jolla on this early Monday. If you're getting ready for work, you can see our temperatures right now in the 50s along the coast and inland. The mountains down into the 40s, the deserts at 55 degrees. We're also going to be dealing with a breeze here, mostly an onshore flow. And then as we get into later on in the evening, those wind speeds will start to pick up, especially in our mountains and our deserts. Our deserts near 30 miles per hour. Your forecast highs for today, low 70s along the coast, near mid 70s inland. Kalina?
Well, good morning. The time right now is 6:10, and as you head out the door, we are starting to see some slow spots out there, but luckily are pretty much crash free aside from that big issue going on in Encinitas on Coast Highway. But you can see here on our map, the red happening into Coronado, the red starting off on the 5 and the 805 as well. We do have speeds down to 23 miles per hour, 5 freeway northbound, and down to 39 miles per hour on the 805, right around the 94. Your drive times here in our map, you can see 5 freeway northbound will take you 12 minutes to get through, right around the 94, and 17 minutes from Main Street to the 8. That is on the 805 heading northbound. And here's a look at the Coronado Bridge one more time. Speeds again down to 3 miles per hour, and that's coming off the 5 freeway. Jim?
Kalina, thank you. Upgrading your home without breaking the bank. The tips you need to save money and make it in San Diego.
Country star Toby Keith surprising a veteran, the gift that is helping one fan spend quality time with his little girl.